Welcome back to Central Valley Real Estate and Home Improvement Show, where we've been talking to realtors today, looking at some very cool properties. We've had a few guests on who've been telling us how to fix up our home, how to maintain it, and how to maybe get it ready to sell in the future. But if you're going to sell a home or buy a home, you need to call Hayley Friedman. Welcome, Hayley.
Well, yeah, thank you.
Your first time on our show.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, you're from here.
Well, you know, I was born in Fresno, raised out Shawn Academy in Kamar Knolls, and right before I was ready to start 8th grade, my folks moved over to the Monterey Peninsula.
Oh, my
I know,
goodness.
poor me, right?
Yeah, it's tough duty.
So, attended high school there. Then, of course, I came back to Fresno State because this was my home, is what I really felt
you went
like.
to Fresno State, good for you.
Yeah, so then I got into just sales and marketing.
You're an insurance broker.
That's right.
That's
so I've been
right.
an insurance broker for 26 years now.
I was fascinated when I read that because you're
Yeah.
serving these people and maybe to give them more service.
That's right. So I
Decided to go
expanded
real
because,
estate,
you
too.
know, the insurance realm just really changed. It wasn't people to people anymore. So it was kind of on the phone, and it kind of felt more like a customer service role, which I had done that years ago, and service is great, but I'm not a in the office on a phone person. I'm an in-person person, and I've loved real estate. I've tracked the market for years.
Yeah.
My husband and I have personally done a lot of things, and so I'm in my 4th year. I complete my 4th year of real estate this year. And it's funny because I was talking to someone the other day, and they said, well, they go, 44 transactions, you know, you should be doing 100 if you were with our team. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, I don't have anyone handing me anything. I just go out and I market. I do things like this to get this out to my clients.
Yeah, that's a great pace, what you're doing right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I don't like to do it faster. Oh, by the way, I meant to mention up front, you have this extraordinary property for sale up in Corscold.
Corscold, California, that's right.
Is it a couple acres or?
You know, it's just over 2 acres, and it's a horse property right now, and it serves as a horse property, but you could turn it into whatever you wanted it to be, but it would be a shame to see there's 5 stalls, and it's an incredible property.
Is it, does it snow where that is, or?
You know, it's actually, this was the 100-year storm, right?
So they did get some snow.
It got snow, and it survived everything. There was no leaks,
Normally, I think up there, you get a little powdering every once in a while.
That's right. However, this particular home is right before you go up Deadwood, so it's not in YLP, which a lot of people from the area know. It is just at the bottom of Deadwood, and you go up the hill off to the right of 41, and it's actually at about 28. It's the same as Oakhurst.
It's a little higher.
Yeah, so it's higher than what we really think of when we're thinking of Corscold.
We've all been to LA. Anywhere you drive there, it's like an hour and a half. But from Fresno, you could drive to this Corscold property in how long?
So it would take 45 minutes.
What a great, that'd be a nice commute.
And actually, River Park, like I know that really well. You just pop right there in your Costco run and everything like that.
I forgot Fresno's way closer now to Corscold.
Yeah, it is because of River Park, that's right.
I think we have an aerial view of this property.
Yeah, let's take a look from the outside. That'd be great.
We can talk while we're looking at it.
Okay.
I'm going to go here and we'll start the video.
Awesome.
Oh, that's not the aerial view, is it?
Yeah, this is the aerial view.
Okay.
So this is coming in through the driveway. This is great because it has a circle driveway. So you can enter at the top of the property, and off to the left is like a natural creek that comes down in between the 2 properties. And that's like the property line. Okay. And as we're coming down this circle driveway, the left-hand side is kind of the property line off to the left. And now we're coming into where the house is. And the 2 acres just kind of goes back that way.
It's a great video, by the way.
It's amazing. I absolutely love it. So this is like a home you might see. It's a Western-built home. It's larger than their regular standard 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Is that solar then?
Yes. So that's what I was going to say. It's got solar-owned, and there's Tesla backup batteries, right? So that when everyone else's power is out, your power won't be out here. And one battery was enough, but they put 2 on there. So there you'll see the barns, the paddocks, and it's amazing. And it's right up there in the hills. Now, of course, all of the fires, right?
Yeah.
So everything's starting to come back. But this house survived through the storm because there was a lot of mudslides and things like that. But this home is flat where it's built. Everything went down around to the sides of it, so it's in a great location. We know that it survived the 100-year storms. There's 5 of those stalls right now. It's
already built out for horses.
Yes, and it's great because the doors can be shut, and it can, so no matter what the weather is, especially when it gets warm as well. And the other cool thing, Mike, is about this home, because of the higher elevation, when other people are really hot in the summer, they're cooler, just like, being in Oakhurst. It's a little bit cooler up there, and clean air. So, even somebody looking for a second home, and maybe horses are something that they want to come out and they only have the weekend to do, because there's people locally that can help care for your horses too.
Yeah, there are. There's a lot of people up there with horses. And
the Course Gold Rodeo, and even, Raymond is close by. Bass Lake is only 15 minutes. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, Bass Lake is so close.
Yeah.
Fresno's close. River Park's close. It's just nice to be out of town. And that, you know what? If you bought a lot up there, which you can, you'd have to put everything in. This has, everything's already in.
It's already
mature landscaping, a nice house, the solar's already on.
And it has irrigation in the front and in the backyard, and it's fully fenced. So a lot of times with horse properties, you put a dog out, the dog's going to run underneath the fencing, but the whole back is fenced, so where your dogs can be running and they're not going to get out, and no little coyote's going to get in.
Right. By the way, we're going to look at
a walking tour on the inside. Sure.
But tell us how we reach you.
So you can reach me on all social media platforms. I'm at My Agent Hayley, so it's My Agent, and Hayley is Hayley. I think it's up there on the screen for you. My cell phone is a direct line to me, so I'm a Zillow agent. I do all these different things, and they all give me all these phone numbers, and I'm like, you know what? Here's my direct line. Just call me direct, 916-417-3006. I answer my phone. And if you get a text from me, you can get text 24/7. And I tell people I have not hired artificial intelligence. I'm just faster than a bot.
You're going to get Hayley. You're going to get Hayley.
I'm faster than a bot. So there you go.
I think let's look at this walking tour of this property.
Sure. So this is something that I do for my listings is I understand and know that people are not always available to come and preview a property, especially maybe they're in another area, or maybe they're down in Fresno, they're at work, and they're like, oh, I see this listing that came up. So one of the things I like to do is kind of do this video, have it out there so that people can see it. You can see here the custom floor. So this is very unique. It has the inlaid wood with brick.
It's beautiful.
And I'm hoping that you can kind of see it on here, but it's a vaulted ceiling, and it's all wood. Of course, you've got the wood-burning potbelly stove there, which you can have up in the mountains, as opposed to
you could burn wood.
You could burn wood up there, and then the kitchen. It's that open concept living with the bar there.
I love the open floor plan on this.
Yeah. And then one of the features too, and I show people, it's got a pantry. Women always ask me, and men too. My husband's the chef at home, so they'll ask, "Is there a pantry? Is there ample storage?" And this one really does. The appliances were all put in just this last year. So those are, and it's gas burning, which...
I was going to say, I saw the stove. I'm going to say, I'm going to buy that house just for the stove.
Just for the stove, right? Yeah. So then, of course, you've got, and I always stop and kind of try to give you different angles. And out that front window, you see the mountain. And then going down the hallway, you've got your traditional 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. But the bedrooms all have the laminate flooring, and the hallway, and all throughout the house you have the brick and the inlaid wood. So just the bedrooms have the laminate.
Is that an indoor laundry room?
Indoor laundry room with enough storage space, as you saw there, right? Yeah. And then this is the bath tub shower combo. With a window. Sometimes, these newer homes don't have windows in the bathrooms, but I love that it does. And as you'll see, as we're coming up here on the left, this is a subsequent bedroom. It also has a walk-in closet. So sometimes people have maybe multifamily, and so that makes it great because people do need more room for their stuff if they've been, kind of putting things together. So this is actually a room large enough for big furniture and makes it very cozy and comfortable. Now this is the main bedroom that has the ensuite. It has 2 walk-in closets, and then it has a slider off the patio. So the real unique and thing about this one being a Western-built home is when people walk into it, if they know that builder and they know the model, they're like, this feels bigger.
Yeah,
it is.
it is.
This one was expanded and made larger. So there's your walk-in shower, bathroom with 2 sinks for 2 people there, and then there we go right off the back there.
Oh, wow. Look
So-
at the view out there.
Yeah, it's great because you can be out in the patio and put your little white lights out there, and then you can also look over and see the horses off to the side. The way the property is laid out is that everything kind of has a space, so it flows. It was really well done.
Well designed.
Yeah.
Well set up on the property.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
Are we going to tell the price, or do they have to call you for that?
So, well, you can call me. Let's talk price for a minute, shall we? So, I'm somebody who I work for my client.
Mm-hmm.
So if my client believes their house is worth something, I can give them my professional assessment. I can give them everything they want to see. But ultimately, they're the boss.
Yep.
Right? So how many times have you thought something should be different than what your boss told you, but you do it because
They're the
that's
boss.
what you do, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm a great employee. I do exactly what the client wants. And with what we had happen,
That's your client calling
yes,
right now.
It actually is.
I just saw my house on TV.
What happens with what went on in 2021 and actually it started in about summer of 2020.
Yeah, things were crazy.
And then it started going 2021, and you had the drop in the interest rates. So people were overpaying for homes.
They were.
And that's called an appraisal gap, right?
Right.
So that appraisal gap. But then what happens is the comps are always following what has happened, right?
Right.
So here we've got people overpaying for homes. Now it records at that, right?
Yeah, that's the-
Now we've got interest rates go up, things start to shift. Well, people can't keep coming in and overpaying for houses because once you add a 6.5% interest rate on top of a $625,000 home, all of a sudden the buying pool that used to be available for that, when you added 4.5% on their
Yeah.
interest rate, can't do it.
Nope.
Can't do it. So it takes a while for people to figure that part out.
Yep.
And they don't understand why was the zestimate of my house,
Way higher than,
$729,000 just a couple months ago. Where did the value go?
Right.
And I try to talk to people about that all the time. The value is what somebody is willing to pay.
That's right.
Is willing to pay. The banks will loan based on comps.
Mm-hmm.
But will people overpay? Absolutely, because we're still in a shortage.
Yep.
It's still somewhat a seller's market. So the price on this one has been dropped to $598.9.
Goodness, that's great. for
So
that.
we're under $600,000 for 2 acres. Now,
I think that's great for that house.
well, yeah, and 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yep.
You think
2
okay, in
acres.
the 2 acres, but the stalls, the barn,
Yep.
2 Tesla backup batteries. It also has a thing to the batteries, by the way, are to charge your house. So if the power goes out, you're fully functional. It completely
Yep.
operates everything. It also has the plug for your car if you're driving a Tesla. Now, who's driving a Tesla in Course Gold? There's a few.
Yep, there are.
but anyway, so you can charge it, and then the solar. So like it's solar owned, it's not leased.
Right.
So that's another thing.
You'll own the solar, you'll own the batteries.
That's right. So these are things that when you see something and you're looking on the MLS or you're looking on your apps, to really understand the value of something, you really have to look at it and say, what would it cost me to put all that stuff
That's
in?
right.
Right?
Put in those barns, those stalls, that fence.
Yeah. So of course, owner occupied, this would be great. But I actually have investors right now that are looking at it for Airbnb. That
yeah.
area is really popular for that. But they're like, why would I, the land, they're just looking for it. And I said, but if you think about it, how do you draw people? It's 26 miles to trailer your horse inside the gates of Yosemite and go on Wishon Trail. People don't know you can ride your own horse inside Yosemite.
That's right.
You can trailer up there and ride your horse. And so horse people, this is, it's also on horseproperty.net, because this is a unique opportunity. If you had something like that to feature, it would be a great draw. Or just even people that are part of horse clubs, they'll come and, a group of them can stay, and then they trailer their horses in and have a great event.
That would be a fun Airbnb.
It would be, right? Yeah.
There's the house, best house we've had on this month. It's exciting. It's a very exciting property.
I'm excited about
Call
it.
Hayley Friedman.
Yeah.
She answers her phone herself.
I answer the phone. You can text me 24/7. Say, hey, can you talk right now? And don't be surprised if you get a text back at 3 a.m. because everybody teases me, but I guess I am always working because I'm always with people. Yeah.
916-417-3006. Now, if somebody's watching, they want to sell their home, they want to talk to you.
Yes.
Where can they live? From Sacramento to Fresno? Anywhere in the state?
That's right. So I work in multiple marketplaces. Just to explain that, I'm in that sandwich generation. So my youngest is 16 and in high school, but kind of self-sufficient. She's a smarty pants, and we've all got teenagers who are experienced with that. So you've got that area, but I've got my parents up in Bass Lake. So I spend about 50% of my time in Bass Lake, and we've got an office in Oakhurst, and then I'm also in Sacramento area. So I've got right now I'm focusing in this area because I'm helping. And by the way, I think my parents are watching. They don't need help. They don't need help. I think it's more for me because, we're not promised tomorrow. And so my parents are very valuable to me, and family is very valuable to me. And right now, because of this type of career, and because I can work in multiple marketplaces, because I have lived and know the area, I like to serve this area so that I can be around them for as long as I can be.
Very nice. How nice.
Yeah.
And it's Bass Lake, for goodness sake.
Yeah,
So,
my office right in Bass Lake. Poor thing.
anyway, we're way over time.
Okay,
But
sorry about
thank
that.
you for coming. No, I love this. I could talk to you all day long. It's so fun. Hayley Friedman, there's her number, there's her email address, and buy this house up there at Course Gold.
Yes. And you know what? There was a dog breeder that was considering it. So if you're not going to use it for horse stalls, or you're like, I don't have horses, don't count this house out. There's multiple uses, so it'd be a great thing.
We'll be back with more Central Valley real estate right after this.
Thanks, Mike.